hey, we're good. Reminiscing on the ones that meant something, you know. Let me talk to you for a second. Yeah. Started with the letters that you never sent back, wondering if timing was the only thing we lacked. You moved through my life like a borrowed song, playing when you needed me but didn't stay too long. I was collecting all your reasons, cataloging the pain. Every promise that you made just sounded like the rain. On those nights when you were thinking about somebody else, while I was building up the empire you could never help. They say forgiveness is for people who still care, but caring's just a contract when the love ain't there. You wanted me to wait around while you figured it out. That's a story that I'm over, that's a chapter closing out. Something in the way you operated left me devastated, but I appreciate it. Taught me how to walk the line between the real and fake, how to take my L's and still move forward anyway. These are the things I learned from letting go, how to build without needing you to know, how to stand tall when the ground gave way. These are the lessons that I live today. Yeah, these are the things I learned from letting go, how to keep my peace and let the history show that I'm better on my own, that's just how it goes. These are the lessons that I'll never lose. You were the kind of person who made sense in a song, but didn't make sense when I needed you strong. I was writing all my feelings, telling them out loud, while you were quiet in the background, barely making a sound. Asked my mama why some people only come around when the camera's rolling and there's money in the ground. She said, son, not everybody got the heart to stay. Some people love the idea but can't handle the weight. So I started depending on the validation from your stare. Started loving all the progress, all the work and care. Built it from the nothing, made it something they can't touch. Now you see the blessing, but you asking for too much. We were meant to teach each other lessons, not to be the final destination. We were meant to be the growing season, not a lifelong situation. And that's okay, that's beautiful. The timing was right for it to break. Now I'm walking different, talking different, cause I learned to separate the love from the mistake. These are the things I learned from letting go, how to build without needing you to know, how to stand tall when the ground gave way. These are the lessons that I live today. Yeah, these are the things I learned from letting go. Self-made, that's the only way I know that I'm better on my own, no looking back. These are the lessons that I'll always have. Yeah. I appreciate the education, I appreciate the pain. It made me who I am today. That's all I'ma say. It's all love, no regret, just lessons and respect. Toronto nights, conversations on repeat. Started from the bottom, now we never miss a beat. Phone keeps buzzing, but I leave it on silent. Said you needed space, now you're better trying. Private flights to Paris, still feel the distance. Money can't replace what we had in an instant. Swimming in success, but drowning in the meaning. Champagne problem got me leaning. Used to count the days, now I'm counting commas. Lost a real one somewhere between the drama. Mom calling, telling me to stay grounded, but when you're at the top, everybody's crowded. Trust issues stacking like records on a shelf. Hard to love somebody when you're fighting with yourself. And I know we could've had it different, but pride got involved. Now I'm sitting with these feelings. No, late reply, but she still cross my mind. Text message therapy at 2 a.m. Stuck between the past and what's ahead. Living in the moment, but I'm sleeping with regret. They reply, yeah, I see you calling. Guard up high, I still feel like falling. Caught between the life I built and what I left behind. They reply, but you still cross my mind. Summer 16, that was peak, that was different. Now it's boardroom meetings, lawyers getting insistent. Don't rush around me, but who's really with me? When the camera's off, does anybody get me? Scrolling through the memories stored in my phone. Pictures of a version I don't even know. They wanna hold me, but he's gone forever. Can't rewind the clock, only make it better. Studio sessions running past sunrise, making this to cope with what I can't revise. Every verse that pure beauty, hood confession. Learning hard that money doesn't buy progression. Gold plaques on the wall, platinum education. Sometimes isolation comes with elevation. I've been running from the truth so long, writing verses about the things that went wrong. But healing doesn't come from avoidance. Sometimes silence speaks with more of a voice than all the words I put inside these songs. Maybe growth is just admitting when you're wrong. Yeah. They reply, but you still cross my mind. Text message therapy at 2 a.m. Stuck between the past and what's ahead. Living in the moment, but I'm sleeping with regret. They reply, yeah, I see you calling. Guard up high, I still feel like falling. Caught between the life I built and what I left behind. They reply, but you still cross my mind. 6 in the morning, pen to the pad, writing out apologies I'll never send back. Toronto skyline watching over me. Sometimes success is just expensive company. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a minute since I felt this way. Scrolling through old texts, late nights replay. Woke up in a suite with the city below, but the silence hits harder than the traffic flow. Remember when we argue over nothing at all? Now it's just echoes bouncing off these walls. I built this empire from the ground up slow, but every win feels like I'm paying what I owe. Friends turn to numbers, trust gets thin, wondering if the real me's lost in the spin. And I keep moving, can't afford to stall, but these thoughts creep in when the lights get small. Trying to piece it together, make it make sense. Before the next flight, before the pretense. It's the weight of it all pulling me under. Moments we share, not just distant thunder. I chase the high, but it leaves me wondering if the path I'm on is worth the surrendering. Yeah, the highs and the lows, they blend in the end. Hoping for peace around the next bend. Late calls from the team, deal stacking high, but your voice in my head asking why I try. Sacrifice weekends for the spotlight's grip. Now I'm questioning if it's worth the trip. Pouring out verses like confessions in ink, hide in the cracks where the doubts start to sink. From the six to the world, it's a lonely climb. Trading real connections for borrowed time. What if I slow down, let the world fade out? Face the mirror without a crowd shout. No more masks, just the truth laid bare. Finding balance in the chaos everywhere. It's the weight of it all pulling me under. Moments we share, not just distant thunder. I chase the high, but it leaves me wondering if the path I'm on is worth the surrendering. Yeah, the highs and the lows, they blend in the end. Hoping for peace around the next bend. Yeah, around the next bend. Around the next bend. Yeah, maybe one day it'll all align. Till then, I'm just riding this line. Yeah. Toronto winter got me thinking about July. Same view from the condo, different state of mind. OVO, I was watching, yeah, you know the time. Remember when we walked from Yon to Spadina? You held my hand like it was 2010. Now the range got heated seats, but my heart's still cold. Miss the way you laughed when I told jokes so. Scotiabank Arena packed, but I feel alone. Got a city on my back, but I'm not home. Your mom still asks about me when we cross paths. Says you moved to Vancouver chasing better math. Grades don't matter when the love was real. Now I'm sipping to your sex, wondering how I feel. 15 missed calls from the label today, but I'd rather hear your voice say I'm okay. The 6 raised me tough, but you showed me soft. Now the penthouse feels empty, worth the cost. Late night drives on the 401, thinking about the damage that I've done. You were my foundation, my beginning. Now I'm just a ghost in your living room. Over your chains heavy, but they ain't got weight. Like the words I never said before you left the gate. Toronto nights got me feeling nostalgic for the girl who knew me before the glossy. Saw your face on my nephew's iPad screen. He said, Uncle Aubrey, that's Miss Karen's queen. Damn, time moves faster than a Rego train. From Union Station to the pain. Got a new girl, but she don't understand why I keep your scarf in the bottom drawer stand. She asks why I stare at a Drake hotel sign. Says I'm living in a different time, but you were there when I was just Aubrey Graham. Not the artist, not the fame, just a boy who loved basketball and poetry. Now the trophies gather dust next to memories of us eating too tweeting 3 a.m. Wiping cheese curds from my chin. Those are real moments, not a Hollywood scene where everybody wants a piece of what I mean. The CN Tower still stands tall in my window view. Nothing's the same without you. Got a world in my palms, but my hands feel empty. Toronto's my city, but my heart's still Century. Garden feelings I should've let go, but some roots run deeper than the subway below. Late night drives on a 401, thinking about the damage that I've done. You were my foundation, my beginning. Now I'm just a ghost in your living room. Over your chains heavy, but they ain't got weight. Like the words I never said before you left the gate. Toronto nights got me feeling nostalgic for the girl who knew me before the glossy. Came from Brampton, you was my real one. Before the money changed the sun. Toronto, always. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh, sunrise on Young Street, another night gone wrong. Got your message, it's the lighting up my phone screen. Should've known better than to let you back inside my zone. Now replaying every word we spoke in that cold tone. Remember summers on the island watching boats drift by. You trace patterns on my palm while telling me your lies. Now I'm sitting in this penthouse with a view over the whole scene. Money can't fix everything, especially what's between me and you and all the history. We try to rewrite different city every weekend, but the feelings stay the same. Got your old hoodie in a drawer, I haven't watched it yet. Sometimes I put it on when memories start to set. In this life I built for myself, it's hard to find the truth. Everybody wants a piece of you, including you. Yeah. The tables turned when I turned up. Now you calling, I don't pick up. Different time zone, different life. Can't keep running back to what we had, no. I drive past your building just to see your light is on. 30 floors up, but I still feel so small. Got everything they said would make me whole, but I'm still standing here with half a heart. Yeah, I got the views, but not a sight to see. That all the space between us isn't meant for me. Met this girl in Paris, she a painter from the 6. Said she liked the way I listen when the music playing soft. We spent 3 days just wandering the streets of Mama, talking about our fathers and the things we never got. She doesn't know my face, just know my energy. Said it's heavy like the rain that falls on Queen Street in July. I told her about the studio sessions, 4 AM creations, how I build these bridges, hoping someone stayed across the water. But she just smiled and said you're not the only one who leaves. Sometimes the kindest thing is honesty without a grief. My passport's filled with stamps, but empty a connection. Building worlds from samples, mixing truth with my reflection. Remember when we used to dance in your basement? Your mama would bang on the pipes when it got too loud. Now I own that building, bought it last December, kept the basement just the way it was back then. I drive past your building just to see a light is on. 30 floors up, but I still feel so small. Got everything they said will make me whole, but I'm still standing here with ever heart. Yeah, I got the views, but not the sight to see. Yeah, all this space between us isn't meant for me. The light just went off in your window. Guess I'll head home now. Yeah, yeah.
County buffet.
Late nights in the studio, thoughts running deep. Phone's been buzzing, but I let it ring. Questions I can't answer when I'm half asleep. Wondering if success is everything. Started from the bottom of the rental lease. Now the penthouse view don't even move me no more. Used to dream about the things that I could barely reach. Now I got it all, but still I'm searching for more. People switching up when the money change hands. Same ones who doubted got their palms out now. I remember eating ramen, making future plans. Funny how the circle gets smaller when you up in the cloud. Trust is expensive, can't buy it at the store. Every conversation got a hidden agenda. Used to have 100 friends, now I'm counting for real ones. Stay solid through the heat and the wind. I've been moving different lately, energy protected. They don't understand the pressure when you're disconnected. Every move I make is analyzed and dissected, but I keep it pushing forward, never redirected. Tell me what you want from me, I gave you everything. Now you're acting like we're strangers when we used to be a thing. Memories fade away like messages I never read. I'm just trying to find some peace inside my own head. What you want from me, I can't give you more. Already gave my heart, left it broken on the floor. Now I'm building walls where the windows used to be. Tell me what you want from me. She said I changed, I said you right, I had to. Can't be the same person when the world attacks you. Late night texts turn to therapy sessions. Every question got me dodging and confessing. I pour my soul out on these tracks for redemption, but my demons keep on knocking, no prevention. Money can't heal the wounds that I've been nursing. Every blessing got me wondering if it's worth it. My mama told me keep your head up through the storm, but sometimes the rain feels heavier than before. I used to pray for moments, now I'm praying for some calm. Success is bittersweet when you can't trust what's at your door. Maybe I expect too much, maybe I don't give enough. Maybe all these complications made our simple love too tough. I've been running from commitment while I'm searching for the truth. Caught between the man I am and memories of my youth. Every achievement feels hollow when you solo at the peak. Every conversation shallow when you speaking but can't speak. I just want somebody real who understands the weight I hold. Everybody wants a piece, not the person, just the goal. Tell me what you want from me, I gave you everything. Now you're acting like we strangers when we used to be a thing. Memories fade away like messages I never read. I'm just trying to find some peace inside my own head. What you want from me, I can't give you more. Already gave my heart, left it broken on the floor. Now I'm building walls where the windows used to be. Tell me what you want from me, yeah. What you want from me, I'm Yeah. Notes on the fridge, same pen on the counter. Messages unsent, sitting heavy in the browser. Toronto on my back, but your name on my mind. Crew in the other room, but I keep taking my time. We used to split that Uber to the west side. You would bring a hoodie, post up by the court side. I was in the studio, counting every bar, every cent. You were in the front row, knew exactly what it meant. Now the flight's all private, phone stuck on airplane. Manager calling while your text stays the same. You still you, that's the line that you keep sending. I'm still me, but the story keeps bending. We were eating curry later, but a corner store. Now it's chef in the kitchen on the marble floor. I put plaques on the wall where we took pictures. Same hall, new frames and switch pictures. I see a handle when I scroll through mentions. You with somebody trying to match our attention. You say the distance isn't miles, it's how I move now. You say the interviews sound different, I don't sound proud. If you could hear me with the volume low, no stage, would you still call me by the same old name? You had me way before the plane routes, way before arenas, before the sold out shouts. Back when it was late, but same route home. Back when every little text lit up my phone. If I trade all of these numbers for your laugh again, would you even let me in, or is that back then? All this gold on my wrist can't replace that tone of you talking about forever on a cracked iPhone. Yeah. Mama said, boy, you prayed for this life, remember. But the part that you don't post is colder than December. Tour bus bed, can't sleep, screen on my face. Watching old stories of you saving my place. You were there when the label wouldn't clear budgets. You were there when the blogs wouldn't hear nothing. Now it's #1 week, champagne in the kitchen, but your contact got buried in a long list of riches. Every time I hit your page, you in new outfits. You look happy, but I read between the captions. I left a comment, typed it twice, then erased it. Cause if I say I miss you, you might screenshot and paste it. I know I said I never let the fame talk for me, but the schedule turned into another long story. All these doors open, but one door closed. I keep hearing your voice in my earphones. If I pull up to your block with the windows down, would it feel like home or a different town? You had me way before the plane routes, way before arenas, before the sold out shouts. Back when it was late, but same route home. Back when every little text lit up my phone. If I trade all of these trophies for your laugh again, would you even let me in, or is that back then? All this gold on my wrist can't replace that tone. All these cards I'm about forever on a cracked iPhone. Yeah. I keep a space on the couch where you used to fold clothes. Keep a space in the set list where your story goes. If the city ever feels too small, you know my lane. I left a key with your name on it, nothing has changed.